Welcome to Sex Talk Radio, a podcast that explores sex, kink, and intimacy through candid conversations with sex workers, researchers, and voices shaping the conversations on sexuality. This episode is brought to you by Testy, a sexual health company I founded launching early 2026, which will revolutionize same-day walk-in STI testing. Head to testy.co to get on the waitlist and get a discount on your first panel.
So I got started, let's see. I was a boudoir photographer at
That's
first.
right.
And I
Natural progression. And
yeah,
you
the
know.
pipeline's crazy.
Yeah.
And I was taking pictures of all these like really beautiful women, and I was like, dang, like I want my own pictures.
Sure.
And then my boyfriend at the time didn't want me to have like these suggestive pictures or like lingerie pictures
Mm-hmm.
on a social platform.
Mm-hmm.
So because he didn't want his friends to see. So
Mm.
I was like, okay, I'm going to put them behind a paywall, and they're not really your friend if they're going to buy my
Right.
content. You definitely have a good girl thing happening for
But I'm also
sure.
like a dom, which is like I
But
like.
that's the best thing.
I
Is
like.
that when you're like really sweet, I think they want you to dom them more.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm a mommy dom, and like people just
Oh, well then
fucking
you're doing
yeah.
great.
The
You're fine.
the nurturing,
Yeah.
unexpecting, and I think I kind of get off on like shocking people, like when they
Like
find
you
out that I'm
thought.
kinky. Yeah. Yeah. Well, with that, let's kick this off. Sabrina Banks, welcome to Sex Talk Radio.
Hello.
Welcome to New York.
I know. I honestly love
Thanks
it
for
here.
coming.
Every single time I come into the city, I'm like, damn, I need a cigarette. I don't know what it is about the city. I don't
Oh.
smoke cigarettes,
Oh, okay.
but I'm just like, the vibe here makes you want to do
Naughty shit.
naughty
Stuff
shit.
that's not good for our bodies. Oh yeah, I mean it's extremely overstimulating. I moved here 7 months ago, and I had one of those experiences where I spent like 6 weeks here last year and just fell in love with it. But I fell in love with it as a tourist that wasn't paying the rent
Oh.
prices,
Oh,
and then moved here, and it was a really humbling
it's a classic mistake.
6 months.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't regret it. I'm glad to be here, but like I'm a highly sensitive person. I'm sober. I'm like, it's a lot to take in. It's a
Where'd
lot.
you move from?
I was in Austin, Texas before,
Okay.
and LA before that. So I've done cities, but like this is a whole nother level. But what I will say, and this is a little woo woo, but like the more intense, like the more opportunity. Like it's really
It's true. Mhm.
Like everyone's operating at like a really like high pace here, and
So why did
works
you
out.
decide New York instead of LA?
I lived in LA prior, and I'm not a huge LA fan. I don't know. I mean, I liked my time there, but it was a hard chapter in my life.
Mm,
And as somebody, so I'm like building an STI testing company right
mhm.
now. I'm raising money. Like I like being around finance people, business
Okay.
people.
That makes
And I
sense.
feel like, I don't know, my experience in LA and Austin was a little bit of the like a lot of talk, but not a lot of action with people. Like a lot of people have a dream and an idea,
100%.
but like you have to do your dream here, otherwise you won't pay your bills. So it's
Yeah.
like that kind of cutthroat energy I
Yeah.
like. I also like taking money from finance bros here, so that's fun.
Good group to get into. You know, you always want to pick what audience you want to get
Yes,
into.
yes, there you go.
I
So, anyways,
I ended
yeah,
up with like an anime audience, and I
yeah,
never meant to because I don't even or and gaming. I
right,
don't watch anime or game at
okay,
all. It's just who I ended up having.
sure,
I guess because I wore like a lot of like little like costumes and outfits, so I
hmm
guess people thought I was cosplaying.
right.
I almost actually drew on little hearts today, and I was like, "That's so e-girl to do," so I didn't.
You're like, don't niche myself down
Yeah,
too much.
yeah. I was like,
Yeah.
no, I don't know.
Were you always into dressing up and costumes like since you were young?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I don't know. I would casually wear costumes. Um I loved being like ballerinas or like princesses,
hmm
like hula girl. Like I would always be in a costume. So
As a kid too.
yeah.
Oh,
Since like
cute.
the earliest time I can remember, like
Yeah,
I remember every Halloween, my
the
mom,
best holiday.
I would like stress my mom out because I would like keep changing what I wanted to be for Halloween until like 2
Yeah,
days before Halloween.
yeah,
And we'd end up getting into like a fight, but like she knew that I just wanted to be all the things. We didn't have
totally,
an all the things budget, but
for sure.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's really cool and beautiful when somebody can take like what they were passionate about when they were younger or their whole life and like make it into a fucking career.
Yeah.
Like when I was growing up, I would sell people stuff. Like that was what I would do. I would
Yeah.
set up a little shop and I would sell people shit. And it's like it's cool that we've both just like carried it on.
I feel
Yeah.
really bad for people that, like, don't have a thing when they're, like, I don't know, young or even, like, a teenager. Like, I've
Mhm.
met people that just I don't know if I have, like, a lust for life or, like, I just happen to really like branding and marketing and
Yes.
dressing up and making goofy faces since I was a kid, but I'm just shocked
You've
that people
literally
don't have that.
perfected how to monetize what you like and what you're good at.
Yeah, I was born at the
Um,
right time for sure.
right. Yes. Yes. Good time with the internet. And it sounds like good timing with when you started when like pandemic, OnlyFans, all
Mhm.
that stuff. Could you really quickly though explain to people that don't know, because I did not know, like what LARPing is, what cosplay is?
So,
Yeah.
cosplay, it's just like when you wear a costume of like a character that like already exists.
Okay.
And then LARPing, it's kind of like you are actually pretending to like be that character. So there's a lot of people that like LARP to be like let's say like a knight and they LARP like going into battle or something.
Okay, yes, that's what I think of. I think of like
Yeah.
the dorky YouTube videos from like a decade ago of like
Yeah.
people sword fighting.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's
But
100%
it
it.
sounds like LARPing's a little broader
It is a
than
little it
that.
is a little broader.
Mhm.
I don't know where the line is to method acting. I don't know where that line is,
Okay,
but
what's that?
isn't, like, method acting, like, when they are the character until they are finished with their acting job? Like, they'll
Oh,
live, like, in
gotcha.
their off hours as that.
That's fucking
Yeah,
crazy. I've heard of actors doing
yeah.
that.
When
Yeah.
I went to film in Canada, like, 1,000 pieces of content. Um,
Okay.
but I didn't, like, stop really unless I was sleeping or eating
Oh my
only
gosh.
peanut butter
Okay.
and jelly
So you
sandwiches
kind of
for
were in
breakfast.
character
The
for
whole time, and it was great.
that sounds fun.
My original idea was just like, "Okay, I don't I feel like at a weird part of my life that I'm like, "Okay, what would make me happy?"
Mm.
And I was talking to my brother, and I was just like, "Honestly, I feel like the thing that would make me happiest right now is if I just, like, went into the forest and no one could talk to me, and I could just be an elf and make
Oh,
content." And he was like, "Okay, just go
wholesome.
do that. You can
Yeah,
literally just do that." And I was like,
right.
"Fuck, you're onto something. Okay."
I know.
And so I booked the ticket, like, a week before maybe,
Yeah,
and got a little hobbit house in, like, the middle of Canada,
that's amazing.
and then when I flew in so I didn't realize because 'cause I'm such, like, a city girl, I suppose, that there's, like, nothing where I was at. It was,
Yes.
like, an hour and 30 minutes.
Like, "Oh, shit, I should have bought food for this
I should
adventure."
have bought
Yeah,
food.
yeah.
I should have contacted a taxi because Uber didn't work.
Right.
That
Right.
was
Oh,
my
you are a city
mistake.
girl, okay.
Yeah, I didn't realize that some places just don't have Uber, like,
Yeah.
what are we
Well, this
doing
is why
here?
people need assistance too, like, I'm not a detail person,
Mm,
I'm like the vision, like you like, I'm like, "You got
just
the
vision.
vision,
Yeah,
but, like,
yeah,
can someone help me with, like,
100%.
just get me
So,
there?"
I ended up just, like, sitting there until some guy was like, um, "You have to call this number for a taxi." I was like, "Fuck,
Oh,
okay." And
wow.
then the taxi price to get an hour and a half away, I
Oh,
was
for
like
sure.
it was so bad, and I was like, "Okay, this hasn't gone exactly how I thought." And then when I
Mhm.
got there, I was like, "Oh, no. I'm in the middle of the forest and I have no food." So the people
Yeah.
that ran the Airbnb were like, "You didn't bring, like, your own car?" I was like, "No." So they're
Yeah.
like, "Okay, well, I guess we'll drive you to the nearest store," which is, like, um, kinda like a log cabin, like a
Like an outpost, like
outpost type store where it's
here's
like,
some
"Okay, we
can of
got
beans.
Gatorade and
Right.
beans," and I'm like, "Okay, so I have to shop
Yeah.
for the week at a convenience store."
Yep. Sounds
Sick.
about right.
Um
Yeah. I'm actually from a small town in Alaska, so I worked my way to speaking of content strategy, you
Mhm.
should go film in fucking Alaska.
I've
Like
been wanting to go to
and I
Alaska.
can give you some tips on, like, where to go because, I mean, it is truly I was there a few weeks ago, I can show you photos after, like, it is fucking majestic, and, like, it feels like, a lot of people do cruises when they go up
Yeah.
there, and, like, there's just a huge opportunity for you, I think, to
Yeah.
make content up there.
I've wanted to go to Alaska for a while. I can never all my friends, they love traveling, but it's always like, "I wanna travel to Korea, I wanna travel to Japan." I'm like, "No, let's
Mm.
go to, like, Turkey, let's go to Timbuktu, let's go to Alaska, let's go to Quebec," you know?
Yeah.
But
Have you been to Japan?
I have been to Japan, yeah.
Cool.
It's nice, it's just like and, they love anime, so I kinda get it.
Yeah.
this is like their like if I was obsessed with something,
Yes.
I'm obsessed with raccoons. So I
Oh.
did go to Korea for raccoons, but
Oh. Wait,
besides
what
that,
about that? Like, because they
um,
bop around there or?
oh, well, they have like raccoon cafes, so
Oh,
you
like a
can
cat
like
cafe.
touch them and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, if they let you. They're not
Yeah.
like super touchy with
Right.
a bunch of people, but um, anyways, I like their fat bodies and their little hands. But
Oh,
besides
I
that,
love animals. I love animals too. I get it.
yeah.
Okay, so let's go back a little bit to how you got started with
Um,
all of this.
so I got started. Let's see. I was a boudoir photographer
Oh,
at
that's right.
first, and I
Natural progression and
yeah, the
you know.
pipeline's crazy.
Yeah.
And I was taking pictures of all these like really beautiful women. And I was like, dang, like I want my own pictures.
Sure.
And then my boyfriend at the time didn't want me to have like these suggestive pictures or like lingerie pictures
Mhm.
on a social platform.
Mhm.
So because he didn't want his friends to see. So
Mm.
I was like, okay, I'm going to put them behind a paywall and they're not really your friend if they're going to buy my
Right.
content,
Right.
right?
Good
Anyways,
negotiation.
yeah, and so I did that, and, I had, like, maybe 2, 3 sets, and then I was actually going to turns out being a photographer doesn't pay the bills.
Oh my gosh,
Um,
totally.
so
It's a lot of work
yeah, a lot of
too.
work
Yeah.
for no pay and no recognition really either.
Yeah.
So I decided to go to coding school with my brother.
Oh, fun. It sounds like you guys are close.
We are pretty close,
Yeah.
yes. And,
When was that? Like
uh
a few years ago or
God,
a
I
long
don't
time ago?
know. Right before the pandemic. So when the
Okay.
pandemic like started,
Yeah.
I was like just finished my internship,
Mm.
right? And I was supposed to be able to get a job after. So
Yeah.
that didn't happen because no one's hiring coders in the middle of a
Sure.
pandemic, especially when everyone was like really freaking out.
Yeah.
Um, and so I had started making like TikTok videos while I was in coding school, just doing like kind of like personality stuff, like
Mhm.
goofy like faces.
Not dressed up really?
I
Or
was dressed up, but I
yeah.
wasn't in a costume. I
Yes.
was literally wearing outfits that were costumes, but
But it
as
was just normal for you.
yeah, that was just like my
Yeah.
like fit.
Right. Was this
So
like the Bella is it Bella Thorne? Like she did all the face stuff? Do you know
Bella Delphine.
or oh.
Bella Thorne, I think, is the
Oh, yes, no, that's not the right person.
the she's also an OnlyFans
No, but
girl that pissed
right.
everyone off.
Yeah, that's not the Bella I'm talking about. I'm talking about the one with like the very
The
viral
e-girl.
facial
Mhm.
expressions that she used
Oh,
to be.
Bella Porch.
Yes.
Porsche.
She used to be military and she
Mhm.
like, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I think
Are those the kind of trends?
yeah, I
Or
think I was doing face stuff before her, but like
okay.
she's the one who was really because she like consistency.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
But and she was a lot cuter when she did it too. I didn't really lean into the cuteness as much as
Mm.
she did. Mistake. Mistake number 1.
Yeah.
But yeah, I blew up off of that and then I had already had the OnlyFans technically and everyone like bought a subscription to see what was behind the paywall
Perfect.
even though it was really just like really
A
nice.
few boudoir photos.
Yeah.
Whatever it takes to get him there.
Yeah,
I
and then
mean,
once that happened, I was like, well,
yeah.
I might as well keep this up. And then, the snowball started snowballing, and
Yes.
now we're here. Now I do, giant test porn and
Okay.
inflation and humiliation, cuck, cheating. I don't know. All of the maybe unusual kinks.
Sure. I love that. But you told me that you don't do full nudity, right?
No.
Okay. So when you say porn, it's more
See,
instruction videos,
yes.
sexy.
I do a lot of joys. I do
Yeah.
a lot of talking, I think is where what people come for. So
Yeah.
I'll do one-on-one like DM talking with voice messaging.
Uh-huh.
And then I also do a lot of joys, which I usually script out
That
all of my
stands for jerk off instruction.
yeah, jerk off instructions. I forget that people don't know that.
People don't, yeah.
So I do a lot of jerk off instructions, but I script it out and I have them all themed and like usually like a theme and then a niche and then
Okay.
all of
So
the
you could pull
lines.
from your library.
Yeah,
Kind of.
I made myself a catalog of like phrases, I guess, for each kink.
Mm.
So I have like
Wow.
a little booklet of
You're very
like
methodical, like, with your content.
well, it's just becomes so much easier once you have all
Sure.
those phrases. It's like, okay, well, how do I make all these phrases into this theme? So you just tweak
Hmm.
them a little bit.
Could you give an example of, like, what somebody would request and, like
Okay. Let me think. The improv skills.
yeah.
Okay.
You don't have
Um
to, like, do the JOI. I just mean, like, somebody would request a thing and you pull the phrases, I don't know.
so let's say I do some type of humiliation.
Yeah.
And I just have like the generic humiliation line, and then I can go, okay, how can I make this more into like a school situation, or
Mm.
how can I make this more into a police situation, right?
Whoa.
So everything just gets a lot easier once you can like if there's an object, just like okay, we'll change out the object, you
Sure.
know?
Okay. I
So
see. So you have a catalog, but you are making custom content for people through that catalog.
so when I do custom content, I
Yeah.
usually take a list of what people or like I get people's suggestions and I put it all on a list, and then when I do a filming day, I
Mm.
go through the list and I go, "Okay, well, people will probably want this or probably want that."
Yeah.
I never do like a true custom unless it's a dick rate, just because I'm not gonna take the time to do,
Yeah.
you know, whatever they're wanting and script it out and wear the
Right.
costume
Yeah.
for like
Like, you can send
200
me
bucks.
$2,000 and I'll do
Yeah.
it.
But even then, like if I just sell it to everyone, if most of my people are willing to buy it,
Right.
then
Right.
even
There's
$2,000
so
isn't.
much strategy here, and as a marketer, I think it's important to also share, and I've said this before, like, so many girls will be like, "I just wanna just sell feet pics. I just wanna hop on
Yeah.
OnlyFans," and it's like, maybe you can speak to the transition of, like, it kind of blowing up during the pandemic because it's not like that anymore. Like, as you're
Yeah.
sharing, like, it is a full fucking time marketing job, and it's a lot of work, and I think a lot of girls, just don't understand that. Or
It's
people.
It's way more work than people think that it is.
Yeah.
I think that they are just like, "Okay, well, I'm willing to show my body, and then I'll just go get a management to figure out the rest." And
Right.
honestly,
Saturated. That's not special enough
I
to
think
be
it
naked on the internet.
I think it was, like, 14% between 18 and 24 or 28 of women are on OnlyFans.
Whoa.
14% is crazy in America.
And I feel like a lot of that is probably people that, like, created it a year ago or post a few times or, like, I had one for literally 6 months, and I'm like my problem, like, my ADHD brain, I get really excited about something for 2 to 3 months, and
That's
then that's
a lot.
exactly what happened, and
Yeah.
I fell off, and I mean, I coulda made money, but for me, having the podcast and building businesses, I didn't feel comfortable with, like, the nudity that people were wanting and the videos people were wanting, but, like, I think a lot of people dabble, and then they're like, "I can't stick with this."
Yeah, 100%. There's a lot of girls that just get into it really quickly. They're not I actually tend to tell girls that are, like, like, real oh, this is rude, noobs, but, like,
No, for
just
sure,
getting
or,
in
like,
for the
really
first time,
young too, I worry about
really
that.
young or, like,
Yeah.
have no following. I'm like,
Yes.
"You do know you have to, like, grow your following off the platform for
Right.
this to actually work out,
Right.
right?" And it's not like, a lot of these girls don't have any type of marketing or branding, like, background. They're just like, "I don't know, I'll be cute and I'll try," and I'm just like, you have to do so much work, plus
Yes.
be very intentional,
Right.
and even though I have excelled at this career, I still think, "Oh, I could be doing so much better." So the
Mm.
girls that
Yeah. Well, to be a good entrepreneur, I feel like you have to be hard on yourself. It's, like, something I'm learning. Like, if I were just completely content with my life and, like, what I had going on, I wouldn't the drive. I mean, it's a balance of not being so self-critical. Like, I've also been reflecting lately on, like, if I had a boss that spoke to me the way I speak to myself in my
Mhm,
mind about my business, I would have quit. Like, I'm so
mhm.
mean to myself. Like, I feel like it's a delicate balance of having drive and kind of never feeling satisfied, but also not being too harsh, you know?
Yeah, I think it's really this is gonna sound crazy. I think it's important to not feel satisfied, especially when you're getting into this line of work,
Yeah.
because a lot of girls, they will make the rent for the month and then they just won't
Post or
yeah, they won't really work very hard, and
yeah,
it always comes in waves, right?
right.
And so they, they don't have like a backup financial security, and like
Mhm.
eh, I don't think people understand, like, if you are gonna get into it, then you get into it 100%, and
Yeah.
then you make all of your money that you'll make for the rest of your life. Like,
Ooh.
it's not 'cause at some point you have to stop it, and at some point it's gonna be crazy oversaturated. And now
Right.
with AI,
Oh god, I
ooh,
know.
2 years, 3 years?
Stuff's getting weird.
Yeah.
Like TMI, but not on this podcast. Like when I watch porn, like I'll be scrolling through what I'm trying to find and then I see something that's like really hot and I'm like, "Wait, that's fucking AI." Like it's no longer like like the grandmas getting confused about what's real and what's
Oh,
AI.
it's
And
you.
I'm like, "Yeah, AI porn is getting really wacky." But I also understand the appeal. Like if I could design the perfect porn scene and watch it,
Yeah,
it's weird. But
yeah.
I do think that there's always going to be value to,
Human
human
connection.
connection. Like, I talk to a lot of full service sex workers and, like, the desire to connect with a real human, whether it's in person or behind a screen, it's not gonna go anywhere. In fact, I almost think it's gonna create more value for that.
It will,
Uh,
it's just gonna be harder to decipher for the, viewer what's real and what's fake. But
yeah.
I always tell
Damn.
people the reason that OnlyFans exists is because people want human connection.
Right.
They want you to be personable. They want to know who you are. They want to have an actual one-on-one connection with you, or
Yeah.
at least know about you, you
Yeah.
know? Or they just go to Pornhub, you know?
Right.
That's why I think, me talking so much and having an actual fantasy there more than just, like, giggling and bouncing does a lot
Right.
better
You can
than
find that on
Pornhub.
Pornhub.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I think something that's really cool about, like, the niche content that you do is, like I mean, and I'm sure somebody will get pissed off about this, but it's like, I think that people and I'm gonna kinda gender it, like, men, let's say, like, they struggle with dating or
Mhm.
intimacy, like, to have their needs met in that way and to be seen in their kinks and fetishes is, like, I think really helpful for people's mental health. Like, you can probably speak to that too, but I think,
100%.
like I mean, I think sex workers, digital or in person, are doing the Lord's work by helping people not feel lonely and isolated.
100%, and it's something that you wouldn't know unless you're really doing it.
Yes, yes.
But especially, like, when I first started out or when I first started to dabble in the kinks,
Mhm.
like, honestly, these men are so nice,
Yeah,
and they just,
I
like
was pleasantly surprised as well.
yeah,
Very
they're
respectful for the most part.
yeah, for the most part, yeah.
For the most part. Block you, block you.
Especially the ones with the kinks, they're the most respectful,
Yes.
and it's so validating to not be told that, like, you're weird or, like,
Yeah.
you know,
Right.
I don't know, I really feel for them,
Mhm.
and I feel like no one understands how hard it is to be a man in that respect, at
Definitely,
least.
definitely. Yeah, and to be met by somebody that's non-judgmental and also actually going to create the content for them,
Yeah.
and I think from what I gather with OnlyFans, it's like these are pieces of content that they might use or interact with many, many times. Like it's
Yeah.
not always a one-off, thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's special. And people are like, "Oh, you can't actually care about these people or these fans." Like when I've had virtual platforms, like I genuinely fucking care about these people. And there have been a few where they've crossed the lines and I've like
Right.
maybe take them to texting or maybe we get on some type of like monthly texting retainer. So
Mhm.
they're paying me, but like I do care about these guys.
Actually, though,
Yeah.
like, you know, I feel so abundantly blessed that, like, I've even been given the opportunity to be in the position that I'm in,
Yeah,
and I think, I have a saying that's like, "Be good to those who are good to you."
for sure.
Like, I I don't know, I'm just very thankful to them, and I feel like I never want to, trifle on the relationship that me and my viewers have. Someone told
Yeah,
me that, they have a parasocial relationship with me, but I have a parasocial relationship with them because I was talking to them about how,
huh.
like, I care so deeply about
Yeah,
them,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and I was like, "Oh, I think you might be, like, kind of right." Like,
Yeah,
how is it that I care so much about hundreds of thousands of people, but I do?
right.
And they've kind of, like, become, like, almost like one identity that I want
Mm.
to nurture?
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain it.
No, I mean, like, when you build an audience, there becomes a vibe, and that's unique. Like, with
Yeah.
my podcast, like, that's what I think is so cool about a business or a platform is, like, it takes on a life of its own, and I think
Mhm.
that's when you've done something really genius.
Yeah.
And, for my podcast, I didn't know quite what would happen. I obviously wanna be a very safe space for male listeners, but I've created this kind of, like, kinky empowered woman
Mhm.
audience, and, like, when I realize who my audience is when I'll post, like, "Share something naughty you did with me last
Yeah,
weekend,"
and
and
it'll
they'll
be
be like,
fun.
"We fucked this guy, and he watched us," and I'm just like, "Oh my god, people are fucking kinky," and it's
Yeah.
like but my audience has taken on this kind of persona of this, like you said, this kinda, like, one identity, but it's like a kinky woman in her 30s. I don't know,
Right,
it's cool.
it's like a because I can see the individuals, but, like,
Right.
they form,
They
like,
morph.
one baby. I don't know, it's really
Yeah,
weird.
they definitely create an identity, and I mean, again, like, any hot girl could get on and post, like, silly little trend videos and get
Mhm.
a bunch of followers, but, like, also when it comes to OnlyFans, like, it's about the churn and turnover rate. It's
Right,
about who's subscribing past month 1, and
right.
so it's like, I think that at this point with the saturation, it has to be beyond the hot girl
Yeah,
for somebody to stick around for month 2, you know?
100%. I think, like, we were talking about, like, Sophie Rain and all of them, right? The very clearly fake drama that they've have
Oh
in
gosh,
their,
can't even follow it. I
um
see stuff on Twitter sometimes, and I'm like, "I don't even know."
yeah.
They're rich, they're fine,
They're
like,
rich, they're
fuck.
fine. But, like, they have, like they pretend to have drama against each other and,
Mm.
like but the thing is, it's, like, creating a narrative so people, like, feel like they
Yeah,
know these people. And, I mean,
interesting.
I'm sure to some degree it is really them, but
Yeah.
it's, like I think the viewer wants to have information about you, and
Mm.
you have to understand that and give them some form of information.
Right, so it feels authentic or
Yeah,
is authentic.
yeah.
Um, have you ever had points in your career with this where you felt, like, scared or, like, it's, like, safety-wise or, like
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, I've definitely had a lot of like stalker situations, a
Oh,
lot of
no.
like threats and everything. And so yeah,
I
I
mean, I think
mean,
that's also an important thing for women to hear too, like,
yeah,
things you wouldn't have known when you started posting,
right.
like, shit.
Yeah. And I'm lucky enough that like I'm financially stable enough and can kind of get around all of these things
Mhm.
pretty well. But like I can't imagine a girl that like has to live in this, one place forever and,
Sure.
you know, is essentially screwed um
Yeah.
having these stalkers and stuff. But
Ugh. Well, I mean, that is, like, the risk of these parasocial things, and when you are authentic online is people think that they've developed this relationship with you,
yeah.
even if you've, like, literally never spoken to them, like, the psychology of it can get really fucking weird.
Yeah. So I make different pages for my different like LARPing personas, but I was going to do one that was like this dream girl that is basically like a fantasy girl that like lives in
Mm.
your dreams. Like that's
Mhm.
the character.
Mhm.
And it was supposed to be like a lot of praise content and a
Aw.
lot of like girlfriend
Yeah.
experience content.
Yeah.
Um and I not that I do girlfriend experience stuff on my OnlyFans, but once I had a really big stalker situation, I was like, okay, I can't
Mm.
I can't start praising and being someone's girlfriend and giving them like a video every single day. Like
Yeah. Oh,
the
wow.
psychological like issue that could become. So I had to
Damn.
scrap that idea, which is such a shame.
Wow.
But
Because of one
yeah,
situation?
a couple. But
Wow.
one big one, and it's kind of like, what do you do when someone isn't mentally healthy enough to realize like what is happening?
Yeah.
You know?
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fact that you have to alter your content because of that is wild.
Yeah.
And yeah, parasocial stuff is a fine line. I mean, there's even a point with the podcast where I'm like just these little things of like, I'm like, oh, I can't post like where I'm at when I'm there. Like I didn't even because I mean, I'd
It's so
only ever had a
annoying.
few thousand followers, and then all of a sudden it was like it's just these little things you don't think of. Like, oh, I need to post after I leave. Like, who fucking knows?
Yeah. I have so many pictures in my camera roll that I'm like, okay, well tomorrow when I'm not here, then I'm gonna
Right.
post it.
And then
Never
you
happens.
forget. Yeah, I mean, in the
Never.
moment, I'm like, "I'm gonna post it," and then I'm like, "Nope." It's just, yeah, these little
Yeah.
things that you
And
don't think
then
of.
with the Instagram, the maps feature,
Oh, that is
insane.
fucked.
That's so
up.
crazy. Like,
That
what?
is fucked up. And I mean, I'm like, I mean, I hope they get, like, a mass lawsuit because it was like I had a couple people message me. They're like, "Hey, I can see where you are." And I went and looked, and I'm like, "Oh, this is my home. Like, this is my
That
apartment
happened?
where I
That's
reside."
fucking
Well, it ended up being that, like, I had already turned it off because like, it blew up that one day and everyone freaked out. And it was actually like, I could see myself hovering over my apartment, but
Oh,
what
yeah, yeah, yeah.
other people saw was actually just New York City,
Okay.
but they thought that my pin in New York City was
At
accurate to
that
where I was at
location,
that time.
yeah.
But I mean, it was like, I don't think men have any concept of, like, the fear that that can ignite in a woman of, like, especially, like, my home. I mean, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, yeah. It and people are like, "Well, you have to turn it on." I'm like, "Do you know that when you open the app, every single time it talks to you, it's like, 'Hey, do you wanna turn it on?'" I'm like,
Right,
"No."
right,
Still
right,
no.
right.
Always gonna be no. Permanently no. And then you have that, like, thing in the back of your head that's like, "Oh, wait, but is it on?" And I just, like, I'm
Totally.
not aware of it.
Yeah,
Um
like, another anxiety for women to deal with. Fantastic.
Yeah. Like, well, you saw today, like, I walked in with a giant T-shirt on. Like, when I'm out and about, I don't
Mm.
dress up
Mhm.
unless I'm actively making content in the daytime or with a man.
Yeah,
I'm
because of unwanted attention and
unwanted
catcalls
attention,
and
but also, like, especially, like, in cities,
yeah.
scary. I'm from Vegas.
Okay.
Scary people live
Yeah,
there. I think it's,
yeah,
like, one of the,
it's intense.
sex trafficking
I
capitals,
wouldn't be
right?
surprised.
And it's such a small city, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So people,
I saw the most fucked up, like, humbling TikTok video that was like, "If men didn't exist for 24 hours, what would you do?" And the comments, like, made me cry. It was like, "Dress sluttier, go camping alone, like, walk my dog at 2 in the morning." It was just, like, normal ass shit, and I was like, "Oh my god," like, because I grew up camping, like, I would love to spend more time alone in nature, but I'm also a true crime fan, so, like, I know what can happen, and I just seeing all those comments of, like, if women just had 24 hours of safety, like, what would they do? I'm like,
yeah,
"Whoa,
yeah.
whoa."
Um, it's like made me want to like get a dog, like a attack
Protector.
dog.
Yeah,
I've got
damn.
a gun now. I'm like, like I just want to live in peace. I'm like in a max security like place now.
Whoa.
Yeah, yeah. uh,
Damn.
which is sick, but
She's not fucking around.
no, not anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then, like, I get paranoid pretty easily, like,
Sure.
randomly. So I'll be like, "Oh, you know what, like, what if someone's like, I can't be on a schedule?" There's, girls that, like, walk
Mm.
their dog at 6 p.m. every day. I'm like, someone will.
Oh, do you worry that somebody would pick up on your schedule and routine or
Yeah, I think so, and I think that's why I don't
wow.
maybe keep a schedule. And I'm also a little chaotic, but, yeah, keeping
I mean, it
schedules
sounds
are.
like valid reasoning for feeling paranoid and
And then in Vegas, it's crazy, like, I was at Sonic at, like, nighttime, and I usually, like, ride with my windows down sort of
mhm.
thing.
Mhm.
And I got Sonic, and I was gonna eat at home, but then I decided, "Oh, I'll eat in the parking lot."
Yeah.
These 2 guys come up, and they're like I see them last minute. Thank God I, like, instinctively put my windows up
Ugh.
beforehand, but my car was, like, unlocked when I was parked. So I locked it really quick, and I looked down, and I'm just trying to, like, not make eye contact because if they see me, then they're definitely, like, going to do something. Anyways, they saw me, and they started harassing me, and then they tried to, like, get into my car, and then
Oh my
I
god.
tried to, uh, like, turn my car on to leave because it was in that
Yes.
middle state. My dumbass turned the car off, and I was like, "You gotta be kidding me, not at
Oh,
a time like this." And so, I
Jesus.
turn it off, and then I'm like, "Fuck." And then I lay on the horn really hard, and, like, I just
Yeah,
have it
that's
beep for a long
yeah.
time because there's other people still in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Um, anyways, then they get angry, and then they try to break my window, and then I, like, finally turn the car and I leave. It's, like, sick. And then, like,
Jesus, I'm
I've
so
been
sorry.
driving.
That's traumatic. Like, that would create
I
valid
haven't
P
even lived in Vegas that long, and I have multiple stories. Like, I was driving in my car to go back to my house, and the way that the house at the time, there was only one entrance and exit, right?
Mhm.
I know, and then was a long road, so I'm going down this long road and I'm like, this car has followed me for a really long time actually. And then I turn into the entrance and they turn it at the entrance and I'm like, yeah, you
Yeah,
know what?
I'm being
I'm gonna
followed.
go around. So
Yeah.
I skip my house and I go in a like a circle,
Mhm.
which I don't know how I pulled that off because I was freaking out and there's like dead ends throughout the whole
It's
thing.
the adrenaline. You were
Yeah.
focused.
So I noticed that they also went completely around the circle until they hit the entrance and I hit the entrance again. And I was like, oh, so you were
Jesus.
100% following me.
Yeah.
Um
Now where you live, do you have, like, somebody that, like, when you drive in, it's like a person? Like, are there
Oh,
people?
yeah,
Yes.
that's like
Yeah,
a
yeah, yeah.
bunch of security. You have to have, like, 3, like, things to, like, get in there,
Good. Good.
But,
Jesus,
yeah.
man. Yeah, I mean, that would keep you up at night for
Mhm.
sure. So, I mean, I think it's important for people that are like, "I'm just gonna start posting, like, my ass on the internet." Like, let's there's things to consider here.
Yeah.
Marketing, stalkers, all of the things.
Yeah.
Um, so you make content in a really creative way, and I'm gonna nerd out on this because I do social media. I don't know if other people will, but are you going to a different state after this to make a bunch
Oh,
of content?
yes, I
Yeah, what
am.
are you doing
Okay,
next?
so I did the Canada Hobbit House elf
By
for
yourself, right? Like
yeah,
you just went and did, yeah.
yeah, for a week, and I
Okay.
made, all of that content for, like, a year or 2, right?
That's wild.
And now I wanna do this thing, it's called the Sabrina verse
Okay.
that I'm building out.
Love it.
Uh, so I've had these characters since I started, essentially, since, like,
Yeah.
the December I started. Um, and one of the characters is, like, a vampire character. I never named that character, which was a mistake.
Mm.
All the other ones have names, but, um, I am going to so this will air later.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
now I'm,
Yeah.
like, worried, I'm like,
No, it'll air in, like, November or
okay.
December. Yeah.
Okay, good.
You're like the
I'm going
stalker.
to Vermont, and, I'm gonna shoot at a castle Airbnb there, which is sick.
Fun.
Didn't know they had castles in Vermont, but
I feel like
okay.
this is so cool for an your inner child,
Oh,
like,
I
to do
love
this.
it.
Yeah.
It's and then I've made, like, storylines, and I've made, like, little one-liners, and, like,
Yes.
my friend's going with me, so, like,
Yeah.
I
Fun.
want my vampire character to have, like, basically kind of like a coven, but, I didn't wanna invite too
Cool.
many girls out.
Sure.
So she's gonna be part of my coven, but then, like, my friend is actually gonna be the girlfriend of my elf character, so my elf and my friend are because she's, like, a vampire girl too.
Yeah.
And then I have, after I shoot I don't know if I'm gonna be able to shoot all the content I want because it's technically less than a week, but, um, after the vampire, I'm gonna do squirrel, which
Okay.
since,
Doesn't that have something to do with No Nut November?
it does!
I
Yes!
remember.
I'm sorry, that was so high pitched. Yes,
You would
so
never guess that.
so my squirrel character for some reason has gotten more popular than all my other characters, which was
Okay.
not what was supposed to happen.
Sure.
Um,
The internet works in mysterious ways.
yeah,
You
and it
never know
blows
what's
up
really gonna work.
every year for the No Nut November.
Okay.
I do a bunch of, like, edging content, a bunch of, like,
Edging content for
cummy
social or no, for
edging
OnlyFans?
content for OnlyFans.
Okay. So what would be an example of squirrel content for, like, Instagram?
Um,
Like, do you still lean into a little bit of the no nut stuff?
oh, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
I'll say, like, No Nut November on my, like,
Yeah.
social squirrel stuff. I'm debating on, like, maybe my squirrel character, is kind of like a gooner and then, like,
What is
plays
a
with
gooner?
slime and stuff
What's
because
a gooner?
it's like someone who, like, masturbates a lot.
Okay. Oh, really?
I
Okay.
think so, I'm pretty sure. That's how I've been using it. I'm
Go
actually not good at words.
Yeah, no, I feel like other creators have said something about goon. I don't know. I'm not up on
On
not
the
up on this
new
shit.
lingo.
Yeah.
But yeah, like maybe my squirrel character like likes slime a lot or like viscous
Okay.
things, but
Yes.
yeah, because all the leaves are changing right now, and like
Yes.
I live in Vegas,
Oh,
so
that's
like
right.
dirt,
No,
all of
that's
it's
right.
dirt.
That's perfect timing. Yeah. I enjoy orgasm control with people and partners, but like men are so fucking needy if they don't come for like 4 or 5 days. I'm
Oh
like,
yeah,
it's like I don't know how they do a month. Like I really like the idea of like chastity, like having a key for someone, but I'm like, I'm not gonna fucking unlock you every 3 days. Like, I don't know.
unlock you every 3 days.
Like, well,
What
no,
do I look like?
well, no, when I've talked to guys, they're like, I can't like the holding of the key thing is actually like from what I'm gathering, a bit more hypothetical. Like, there are some guys out there that really could be in a cage for a long time or not come for a long time, but at the end of the day, like, it's kind of not hygienic to wear a cage all the time. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just like I think it's more of an aesthetic thing to be like, I'm a key holder, but I don't know. I rarely encounter guys that could like actually not come for a whole month. Plus,
Yeah.
what I found like more as a dom is like the longer they don't come, the more needy they get.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's kind of like cute and endearing, but like if you're not sending me like more and more money as this
Right,
goes on,
right. Oh, that's sweet.
it's a lot of
Do you
time.
think that like they like get used to it after a month or something?
I would think
You
that they
think
would
so?
get used to it.
I feel
Yeah.
like I do. Like I feel like in my like personal life,
Yeah,
like I either am having like a lot of sex, like an
for sure.
insane amount of sex with a partner,
Yes.
or like if I'm not partnered, I'm like
Yeah.
no for like I feel like I can hold out forever.
Yeah.
So,
For me, it's hormonal. It's very much related to
uh,
my cycle. Like, when I'm ovulating, I'm like
feral.
feral. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
I feel I'll text, like, my guy friends or partners, and I'm like, "I feel how you probably feel every day. Like, thank you for actually holding it together, like, most of
Yeah.
the time, because I feel very feral." And then when I'm, like, PMSing, I'm like, could literally care fucking less. Could care less. So,
Yeah.
I think a lot of, women, like, aren't super in touch with that, but if they're not on hormonal birth control, like, they should pay attention to that.
Yeah, I mean, that makes a lot of sense. I think for me, it's like kind of in that weird chastity area in a weird
You're
way.
either all in or out.
Yeah,
It's
I'm either all
extreme.
in or all out. Like,
Yeah,
I like the idea of like devotion.
same. Be obsessed with me, please.
Please, thank you. Like the reason I wear this is I
Mm,
originally had like an actual lock, that locked from the front. It's
yeah,
unlocked, and the fact
yeah.
that it's in just a necklace and it looks like it locks from the front, but it doesn't,
It
makes
does,
me
yeah,
kind of
it's
go,
cute.
it's not the same.
Sure, sure.
But I love the idea of like locking someone or having a key and like as
Same.
a subliminal, no, like as
Yeah.
a idea more than a literal thing.
Right, right, of
Yeah,
just, like, devotion to one another.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. What has, like, your huge growth with OnlyFans and all of this, like, how has this affected, like, your personal dating life over the last few
Oh
years?
my
Like, has it made it
god.
really hard? Because like, I will just say, like, men that, like, know the podcast first and then try to interact with me, it gets really weird because they think they know who I am, and, like, it's just made it fucking
Yeah,
weird,
they've
so
listened to like how many hours of you talking
right,
and
right.
they don't
And I'm
know.
like, I'm sorry, like, I actually, like, only dress up, like, once a month to film the
Me
podcast.
too.
I wanna be in a big baggy t-shirt, and I just wanna cuddle. I'm actually not as kinky as you think, like, and
Yeah.
then I have to, like, break down the facade, you know?
Yeah. Um, I mean, definitely everyone when dating, they think of me as a certain thing, but I'm and
Sure.
it's not that I'm not those
Yeah,
things, it's
but
just
I'm,
like I'm
like, so
not
not
those things all the
24/7.
time,
Yes.
yeah. So there's that, and then I think it does make it difficult, obviously, just because I think men, they want I don't think they want OnlyFans girls in a lot of context, if I'm gonna be quite honest. Now,
Well, there's this Madonna whore thing I like to talk
oh,
about, you know? Like,
1,000%.
they wanna date and marry the Madonna, but then they're
Mhm.
like, they wanna have
Yeah,
the whore too.
yeah,
I struggle with that.
yeah. Definitely also struggle with that in a weird
Mhm.
sense. Not that I think that you should ever change what you wanna do for a
Right.
man, but,
Right.
I think it makes it very difficult because the men that will try to get at you aren't getting at you, mm, because they want to, like, marry you or be with
Yeah.
you or devote themselves to you, which is something that I'm looking for, right?
Mhm. They want
Um,
the fantasy, and they also think
yeah.
that the fantasy is, like, 24/7, like, "Ooh, if I could spend time with her, she would just be, like, my sex thing all the
Right,
time."
right.
Um, yeah, for sure. How have you dated? Like, on apps, in person? Like, how does
Oh god.
someone
I've
I'm, like, asking for tips.
No, it's, I also think I'm a difficult one because I'll find a lot of people that I really like, but I never feel like I find anyone that I'm like, "Oh, I wanna merge souls with you." You know? I would like to wear your skin, you know what I'm saying? I don't meet a lot of people like that, but they're great people.
Right.
Um,
I know.
and I think that I am such a weird flavor of character. And I also think that a lot of people can't keep up with me, maybe like work wise, or like keep up
Sure.
with me in my like what I want to do, like me traveling, like
Yeah,
just financial alone is like
totally.
fucked. Like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
how do you find a man that is gonna make as much as an OnlyFans girl
Mhm.
that's
Come to New York, finance bros all over.
that's true.
But they're kinda boring. They don't have
I
a
am
whole lot of stories.
I'm very chaotic, I wanna go out, I'm
Yeah,
extroverted, like,
yeah.
you know, I it's a weird juxtaposition of the qualities that I'm looking for in a man or woman,
Yeah.
and, you know, so to your point, not much luck, and,
So funny. I think that people think that it's just, like, the easiest for people that have a platform
yeah.
or create content, and I'm like, "Yeah, it's easy for somebody to think we're hot and want to fuck us." But,
Yes.
like, that's what I really, really struggle with, and I have these weird insecurities of, like, what is the guy gonna tell his family I do? Like, "Oh,
Mhm.
she has a sex podcast and talks to sex workers and, like, has this STD company." Like, it's just, like, I kind of shame myself, I think,
Mhm.
when at the end of the day, I do think that there's someone out there for everyone, and there's
Yeah.
somebody that isn't there's gonna be no shame or judgment or anything, you know? I think that's possible, but, something I've been dealing with or just working on in my own personal dating life is, like, that realization you just spoke to of, like, this is a very like, I am a very unique person with a
Mhm.
very unique life,
Yeah.
and your average fucking dude is not gonna do it for me. I
Yeah.
need somebody that's operating at the same intellectual level, sexual level,
Mhm.
kink level, and, like, that is gonna be really rare, and I think more women need to hear that. 'Cause I
Yeah.
think a lot of women are struggling with dating, and it's like, you're special, and it's gonna take you a long time to find your special person,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, I think in the past when I have dated, I always kind of felt bad to say no to people or
Mm.
bad to say like, "Oh, I think you're great, but I don't think this is gonna work out." Um,
Boundaries.
yeah, maybe I should boundaries.
That
And
takes a lot of practice, I
I
think, as women to set boundaries.
yeah, and now I think I'm a lot better at it where I'm just
Yeah.
like one date and I'm like, "Listen, it's not working. I don't know what to tell you, bro. Like, sorry."
For sure.
Not to be a bitch. I know, like, you're great. I have no notes about you.
Right.
It's literally
Well, I don't wanna
all
waste my
me.
time. I don't
Yeah.
wanna if it's not a vibe on a first date, I don't wanna sit with you for another hour. Next
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. Yeah.
My time is very important to me.
Yeah. But then I just feel like, "Oh, maybe I'm not giving them a chance enough," or maybe, like, things would change from, you
Mhm.
know, like, this little percent that you don't like, and it's like, "Well, maybe I'm being
Right.
too picky." So I think you just have to be okay with being alone forever. It's like
Once that's accepted,
yeah,
then
once
yeah.
you've accepted that, then I think God's like, "Alright, cool. I'll throw you your soulmate
No, I mean,
now."
I think there is truth to that, that when
Yeah.
you are comfortable being alone, like, I recently deleted all the dating apps, and I'm actually trying to stick with it this time because, like, I use that as a way to, like, get dopamine and attention
Oh,
and,
yeah.
like, get those little, like, doses of, like, worship and excitement from guys,
Yeah.
but, like, I don't think that's how I'm gonna meet my person, like, on fucking Hinge or
Yeah.
whatever, so I'm trying to be more intentional, but my therapist was like, once you're comfortable spending, like, a lot of time alone with yourself,
Mhm.
you'll find the person. I'm like, "Okay."
Yeah. I was on the apps, and it's you cannot pick up the vibe of someone through text, is what I've
1,000%. Or
found out.
photos or, like
And so it's like I went on so many, like, one dates, and I'm just
Mhm.
like, "This is such a waste of time.
Yeah.
I need" and then I put a bounty on, people who can find
Ooh.
my who I get married to. So I
Yes.
told all my friends, like,
A
$5,000 to
bounty.
someone
I love
who
that.
can find my, like,
Yeah.
soulmate.
I love that. I've
So
been seeing they've been, like, weird suggested posts because they've been, like, going viral for women, but it's like they're posting their dating application for who they are on their as, like, a static post, like 5 or 6 slides of, like, "This is who I am. This is what I like. This is what I'm looking for." And for some reason, I think that vulnerability, like, they kind of go viral. I've
Mhm.
been thinking about doing that maybe, like, making a little, like,
I think
"Date me" application.
Yeah.
But even then, like, I don't know, like, the people that I have dated in the past, it's like, they don't necessarily fit that checkbox or that checklist. It's
Yeah.
more of a connection and a spark and a chemistry.
I'm a chemistry girl, and it's
Yeah.
an issue.
No, yeah, I mean, it's a blessing and a
What
curse or,
are
like
my boundaries and
right.
maybe, chemistry
Or,
not
like
being your number one?
but it's undeniable. It's like yeah,
Yeah.
but it's tricky when the sexual chemistry is there, but, like, maybe not the other stuff. So what has it been like, making friends in this community? It seems like you have a lot of friends that also make content, and I just don't know a lot about, like, the kind of space you're in with content, but it seems very community oriented.
Yeah, I think, I don't know, I feel like I lucked out because I hear from other girls, like, it's
Mm,
not they haven't lucked out so much, but
yeah.
in Vegas, I have, like, a group of, like, maybe, like, 10 to 20 people that
Oh,
I'm
wow.
like, "Oh, we, like I how do we start a commune?" Is essentially what I've been trying to
Well,
pitch to
Bop
everyone.
House is, I mean,
That's true, that
a
is true.
Vegas a Vegas
But, like,
cosplay.
it's we go to the birthdays, we have Friendsgiving, we
Yeah.
they see each other, maybe, like, twice to 3 times a week, whether it be for someone in the little village's, birthday or something,
Yeah.
but, I like, the other day, my friend was just like, "Oh, I'm gonna have everyone over, and I'm gonna cook for everyone." I'm like, "Yo, in what world
Yeah.
does, like" I never saw my mom had a community like that, like,
And they're all content creators? Most of them?
yeah,
Most of
content
them, yeah.
creators and, like, their families or whatever,
Mhm.
but yeah, it's just, like,
That's cool. I
so
mean,
thankful.
community is really important. I think, like, in a couple of generations, we've moved away from, like, literally living with, like, parents, grandparents raising the kids,
Yeah.
like, living in a more commune style to what we have now, which is, like, a lot of isolation, a lot of loneliness, a lot of people, like, scrolling and thinking that they're having connection, but, like,
Mhm.
I went camping with, like, 270 people last weekend, like, through
Yeah.
this group, and I left feeling, like, really recharged and
Yeah.
also, like well, I was tired, but, like, the takeaway was like, "Oh, actual human connection is missing from my life," and, like, I'm confusing Zoom calls, business calls, and chatting with my friends in the DMs as
Mhm.
connection, but I'm not picking up my phone and calling my friends. Like,
Right.
I think that as a society, we're really, like we're missing what it sounds like you found, which is, like, let's just all get together, like, in person.
Yeah. Yeah. All the time, and it's a lot. I told my friends, I was like,
Right.
"Listen, guys."
Groups are a blessing and a curse,
Yeah, I've all seen a curse,
and
100%.
drama and
But even then, like, even if there's drama in the friend group, it's kinda like we have lost the art of, like, as a community, how do we, bridge the gap between people and the issues that we have,
or
like,
how do we talk
problem
through a
solving.
conflict
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
versus my tendency that I'm still working on is to, like,
Cut
cut
him
some people
off.
yep, fuck you, like
Yeah, when everyone's so disconnected and you don't have a community, it's so much easier to cut people off, which isn't,
yes.
1, probably healthy, I think,
Yeah.
and then 2, like, the idea of building a friend group that has seen each other go through the worst of it in
Yeah.
different ways with their partners, with their friends,
Mhm.
over, like, a long span of time is such a deeper connection,
Definitely.
you know?
Yeah. So we're gonna wrap up soon, but I think, like, if you could give some advice to, let's say, a girl who's wanting to create content about niching down specifically,
Mhm.
like, what would that be?
You know, kind of, find what you so go through a list of, like, all of the kinks. I'm sure you can find a list
Mm.
online.
Mhm.
Listen to your subs or listen to your followers on what they want you to be, right?
Yeah.
So, like, I would have to probably work really hard to do, some type of, like, intellectual or maybe, like, really skinny girl content or something like that, right? I don't know, I'm sure it's
Skinny girl content.
whatever, you know, but
You're saying, like, if somebody wanted you to change, like, if your
yeah,
audience was yeah.
yeah, like, people have asked me to do inflation. It's probably because my boobs are really big and I already look kind of inflated. Bimbo content, right? Like, I
Sure.
look, like, very girly and very bimbo-y, sometimes really wholesome content or praise content because I look very
Yeah.
sweet.
Yeah.
you
Like,
know?
play into what you already have going for you, kind of.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
I also think you can never be too niche, like, potentially, but, like, the more niche, the better, because then what happens is people see it and they think it's just for them. They're like, "Oh, I never thought I'd find a girl that does inflation
Right.
content or this or that." And so it's, like, such an easy subscribe.
Well, I tell everyone, like, there's a supply and demand issue. So,
Right.
everyone's doing the very vanilla content. I'm not
Yes.
saying don't make that content, but if you can find the followers for this super niche content,
Right.
you'll sell more and they'll stay with you for a long period of time because they can't find other
Right.
girls
Right.
that are like you doing
Yeah.
their thing.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. And I think you also have to like what you're doing. Like, like I was saying, a lot of people will start an OnlyFans if they feel kind of directionless and only do it for a few months.
yeah,
But like, what's so cool about you that I really admire is like, I can tell you fucking love this.
I
Like,
do.
you love the content, you love your subscribers, you love the characters that you've created. They're part of you. And
Yeah.
like, that's special.
Yeah.
And that's sustainable. And that's how you get rich.
Exactly. What is the saying about, like, you never work a day in your life if you like your
Oh,
job?
yeah.
Something like
Yeah.
that. That's how I
No,
feel.
for sure.
With the
Same.
OnlyFans thing, I really love the part where I get to connect with my audience, and I love the part where I get to create.
Yeah.
I'm not super in love with the doing super sexual things all the time. But when I feel valued for being like who I am
Yeah.
and I get to be creative, then I
Oh, I think
love
that's also
the job.
another note to remind folks is that you don't do full nudity, right?
Mhm.
Like there's an opportunity to make this work with your comfort levels and,
Oh,
and
100%.
boundaries too, I think.
Yeah.
When I got on, I thought that was expected or like boy girl content is
Yeah.
something people were DMing me about all day. I'm like, I don't do this. And it's like
Yeah.
you can set those boundaries and people will still want to see.
Oh, yeah. It's all a fantasy, so,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for chatting. This
Thank
was
you for
great.
having me.
Yay. Thanks so much for tuning in today. Don't forget to follow us on Spotify, Apple, and or YouTube, as well as on Instagram at Seggs Talk Radio. That's Seggs, Seggs. And before you go, head over to testy.co to join the waitlist for our 2026 launch. We are reinventing same-day walk-in STI testing nationwide.